Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I'm Axel1324. Terry, you ready? Oh, Lou's got his music playing. I'm going to mute him for a minute while he fixes his sound over there. Good morning, Terry.
Yes, morning, everybody. I hope everyone's had a great week so far, and ready for another good show.
All right. Shaddai, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. So far, so good. Stuffy nose, but today's gonna be a crazy morning. I could sense it.
I hope so. It makes for good entertainment. Scrubners, good morning. How are you today?
Doing good. We got this coffee. We're ready to have some fun. Let's go.
All right. And unfortunately, Cerebral Paul and AssassinLupa could not make it today. They are feeling under the weather. That's okay. Crazy Lou is fighting the weather, and he is here with us today. Hello, Crazy Lou. How are you today?
Oh man, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Thank you for inviting me on short notice, but hey, happy to be here with you guys and hop on and have some fun. Let's go.
That's right. Crazy Lou has stepped in to save the show. Before we get started, Crazy Lou, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell the people what you're all about.
Oh, what I'm all about? Oh man, that's a ooh. Well, me first of all, you guys know I'm crazy. I love to have fun. Play video games, joke around, and do a bunch of stuff on Twitter. That's the way I am. I'm a big funny guy. And what else? I'm a big video game fan. Of course, that's why I'm here. Favorite game is Doom. I always tell that to everybody. That is my favorite game and the game has been with me all my life. I played since the first one until today. And what else? What else is about me? Oh yeah. I podcast every Wednesdays on XBI and on the Crazy Lui Gaming YouTube channel. And yeah, guys, follow me on Twitter, Crazy Lui Gaming too. So guys, I think that's enough a little bit about me because me, oh man, I got a little bit of a cold today. But yeah, I hopped on to have fun with you guys today, and let's have some fun with this awesome, fantastic show.
Amazing. Let's check in with the chat real quick before we get started. Thank you so much, Crazy Lou. And I'll update the links on the description below after the show so everybody can go to check out Crazy Lou. We got Pixel Slapper with an eyeball emoji. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Doggy Dog, my brother, he's in here. He says, good morning. Good morning to you, Doggy. We got Splendiferous. Oh, man, I at work this morning. Lovely freaking day. It's beautiful outside. Actually, it really is here in Texas. The mornings are amazing. But then the sun comes out and it just ruins everything. Casket Repair joins us. Thank you so much for being in here. And of course, Fastback is with us. Good morning, Xbox, he says. Thank you so much for being with us, Fastback. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Let me see. Let me know, guys. Let me know if I missed anybody. Oh, no, we got one more. Jason Max is in. He says, just remember, Xbox is number one in our hearts. And we got Lost Boomer 48. He's saying, Louis.
What's up? Hey, Boomer, how are you, buddy? Forza Friday, yes, every single week.
Wait, you do a Forza Friday, Louis?
Yes, sir, every single week. When I can,
Motorsport or Horizon?
Horizon. Because we still don't have the new Motorsport in, but when it comes in, I think we're going to change to that. But every Friday, me and the midweek mix-up team hop on there and just play for like 3 hours and just, and Twitch it, just have fun.
Sounds like fun. Yeah, I might have to check you out there. Yeah. Because I actually like Forza quite a bit. So I'm not any good at it, but I like it.
I'm not either. None of us are. We always fall off cliffs and do some crazy stuff, but yeah, we have fun with it. We have a lot of fun with it.
All right, let's get right into our first topic. We're going to start off our first topic with a little bit about FIFA. I don't know if you guys heard this, but FIFA 2023, which I believe is this year, will be the last EA soccer game with the FIFA title. For those of you who play FIFA now, FIFA is a big deal. Obviously, soccer is the most popular sport in the world, not so much in the West and the Americas, but in the world, yes. And FIFA and EA have parted ways. Now, from my understanding, FIFA wanted a $1 billion 3 or 4 year cycle licensing fee to use the FIFA name, and EA basically told them no. Now, Scribners, I know you're a FIFA guy. Who is the big loser here, EA or FIFA? And what does this say going forward for the franchise of soccer?
I wouldn't say that I'm a big FIFA player, but I used to get it every year and play with a bunch of friends. We would co-op, and then I love to play by myself. To me, EA is the biggest loser in this. I
Alright.
think they kind of pushed a little bit too much because I think FIFA can find another place. I don't know if anybody's heard of a little company called 2K.
Yep.
So
2K, yeah.
they,
Yeah.
yeah, they have a lot of the sports games right now as well. So um, EA is a little greedy. They've been dealing with FIFA for so long. I don't see why they couldn't make a deal to make this work. You need this. FIFA is one of the biggest video game in the world. That's because soccer or football is the biggest sport in the world. So with you not being able to have all the names, all the marketing rights, all the logos, all the different things you can go with getting them the rights to this will hurt them because a lot of people are going to go unless they come out with the most phenomenal game in the world. A lot of people are going to go where they can put their team. You can see the team favorite players on the back of their jerseys, different things like that. The only reason why Madden is so popular because they've pushed everybody else out because Madden has the rights. But if another football game comes out that is better than Madden and is sustainable, it'll be the same thing with them. So them not having FIFA is going to be big. It's going to hurt them in the long run. Like I said, unless they come out with the most spectacular game in the world, because they have been getting stale for a while. So it doesn't make me think that they're going to do something phenomenal now that the FIFA name is gone.
Right.
Mm.
I'm gonna. Anybody else have anything here to add to the FIFA
But
debacle?
wait. So how much money are they asking? 1 point what?
They were asking for $1 billion in licensing fees over 4 years, I believe. So $250,000 a year just to use the FIFA name.
Just use the FIFA name.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, the 2K. If 2K grabs it, it's gonna become a greedy thing. I don't know how it's been because I haven't played FIFA for like 3 or 4 years, I think.
Right.
But if 2K grabs it, they're gonna get greedy with it, as they do with pretty much all their games. They get greedy with it. So I don't know where it's gonna land though, but I just hope like it lands in a good spot. Somebody gets it and they do pretty good, and they do awesome stuff with it.
Yeah.
But the question
here we
is,
go.
other than
So-
2K, who's gonna take it? So the only two sports
Hey,
studios.
you know,
is EA and
Konami
2K.
makes a soccer game. Anybody heard of it?
Yeah, the whatever that's called.
Exactly. Exactly. Nobody's
You
heard
don't
of
play
it.
soccer. No, but I know which
Nah.
one you're talking about.
You know who could probably grab it since these guys work with MLB. Sony could probably grab it. They probably could.
Whoever's willing to pony up the 1 billion can grab it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, Konami makes PES, Pro Evolution Soccer. Thank you,
There
Fast
you go.
Yeah,
That
PES,
one.
that one.
Yeah.
PES, yeah. But didn't they switch it around this year? They tried to make it like a universal and free. Didn't they do that? And it was just a big mess. What was it though?
It
Was
was. It was
Yeah.
rated very low. Not liked by fans, I gotta tell you.
No, you couldn't just play it because it was too glitchy. There was a lot of glitches. They tried to make it like a universal thing, like every
Like
year.
a free to play almost. Lots of
Yeah.
micros in there. Yeah.
Oh,
And the only
So-
bigger game that's out there, well, big game that's out there is Football Manager, and that's a total different style of video game.
Yeah.
FIFA's going to go where the money is. As we know, if you follow soccer at any point in the last whatever years, you got scandals with the World Cup. You got scandals with their governing body taking money, making backdoor handshake deals. With them being with EA, it's all about money. So wherever they go, I don't think it's going to be in a good place. It's going to be wherever they can maximize profit. So that's why I think 2K would probably be where they're going to go either. So then you'll be paying money for, haircuts and to be able to tie your shoelaces in the middle of the match and all that kind of stuff.
well, we know you're a guy getting haircuts. If you create yourself their scrum nurse, there would be no haircut microtransaction for you.
Well, they'll make it if you bald that your hair starts growing and you have to get it shaved. So
Right.
it's coming. They'll
So
find
they're
a
gonna
way.
call it the Shia haircut, just to make
All
your
right.
hair grow.
So I think the big loser here is actually FIFA. I'm going to go the opposite direction. FIFA is only relevant once every 4 years during the World Cup. Now, the World Cup is huge. The road to
In
the World Cup
America,
is my favorite mode to play in FIFA.
Yep.
The road to the World Cup. I don't do a lot of that Ultimate Team stuff because, well, I just don't have the money to keep up with all the Ronaldos out there.
It's like what Scrub said, and only in America it's big on every 4 years. But here, for example, Latin America, you got Europe, you got
it's
Yeah.
all
big all the
Africa.
time.
Yeah, they're big. I
You
mean,
got
here,
UEFA.
No, but
There's
those
so
are
many.
football clubs. That's soccer in general. I'm talking FIFA. FIFA's only relevant every 4 years.
Correct.
So, with that being said, EA has signed up 19,000 athletes, 700 teams, 100 stadiums, and 30 leagues. What do they really need FIFA for other than the World Cup mode? Everything
Because
else
you
EA
can,
has kind of already signed off, and then you have someone that wants a World Cup mode for $1 billion every 4 years. I don't know if that's overly relevant. I think FIFA is
because
the
you
big
can,
loser here because, let's be
yeah,
honest, EA helped FIFA become relevant,
pretty much. Yeah.
right? Because I remember playing FIFA back on my Genesis with the little yellow tab carts. It's been 30 years. It's always been EA and FIFA. Now, I think EA is going to have to spend more money, probably $1 billion, on advertising for their new title called EA Sports FC. FC standing for Football Club, of course. And and it'll be the same game that you currently play. It's not going to go down in quality if you enjoy it. And the only mode you're losing is the road to the World Cup. Whereas 2K or Konami, FIFA could license them, maybe. But if it's a subpar game, are they really winning? Are they really putting their name on the best product? Because say what you will about EA, they do know how to make good sports games. They have a lot of pedigree on it. So I think that the big loser here is FIFA because now they're out any licensing and any kind of free advertising and any relevance in between those 4 years that the World Cup's not happening.
but it's more than just those 4 years because I would create a character and you would go through your different leagues. It's not just the 4 year gap. You could play in the Premier League. You could play UEFA Championships. You could play in the CONCACAF.
And
All
all those
those
modes are still
different.
there.
Yeah, but I'm saying all those modes are there. It's part of it. And all those teams, plus you have all your qualifiers that you would have during the years, the off
Yeah,
years.
the
So
off
it's
years,
more
yeah.
than, yeah, it's more than just those 4 years. And if I think it's best for them to do it that way under the FIFA name because they will have to get different licensing fees with every freaking club, which they already do.
They do.
They already do, but it's gonna be more of I think of a mess if you could just go, all right, we're gonna just go straight through FIFA and then everybody's under this banner. We'll be able to get it a little bit easier. I think EA will be able to put out another game for sure, but just think of all the football games that were out along with Madden. Madden took over not because it was the best game. Why
No,
did
it
Madden
certainly
take
wasn't.
over? Madden took over because
Exclusivity.
they had the licensing fees. That's what I'm looking at here with football. If somebody else gets the licensing fee, everybody's usually going to go where the licensing fee are, so they can have their characters, so they can have the likenesses that they want, so they can have, oh, my favorite team is Tottenham, and then all my players that are from Tottenham, they look like those players, they have those names on the back, and it has the stadium that I'm used to going to watch the games in right there. So it makes a big difference for people who play those games to be fully immersed and play what they love. So
Okay. We'll have to wait and
you have
see
some good
what
points on
the
it.
big difference is between Football Club. I think the only thing is they're losing is road to the World Cup. All right. Anybody else got anything on the FIFA topic?
I'll just go real quick because I don't play it. I do agree that I think it's the biggest loser is going to be FIFA. I'm on that side of the fence. It's just I feel like they got a little too greedy and they bit the hand that's been feeding them.
Yeah.
And watch that, and then they could go elsewhere. But you got to keep in mind all of the gaming assets that the FIFA players have been used to. Most won't go with it. Whoever takes it will have to start over. So the play style could be different.
You might not license everybody.
Yeah, you might not enjoy the way the game plays. 2K does a very different style than EA does with their games. They're very different. Just look at their basketball. It's very different. So it's just so it could be a huge fail on their part, and also just because you have licensing doesn't mean you're going to have quality. I mean, look at a prime example would be with 2K with WWE. They have all the licensing and the likenesses of the characters, but those games are booty cheeks. So that don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing.
I think they don't care about wrestling. That's why they don't put anything into it. They put all their money into basketball and baseball because they know that's where they're going to, well, mainly basketball because they know that's where they're going to get their money. Yeah.
They very well, 2K, being that they're more Americanized, they might not give two flips about FIFA and they might give it the WWE treatment.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, so real quick, checking in with the chat. They say, Fastback says maybe FIFA will allow both EA and 2K to get money from both unless EA don't want to share. I think if I spent $1 billion on your licensing, it better be mine.
That's a lot of money. I mean,
yeah, I'm just saying that.
When you said that, I was like, what? Why are they charging $1 billion just for a name? I wouldn't pay $1 billion. Yeah. I would just make the same game and put Tito or Fifi or Fifilina or whatever character. Yeah, you know what I mean? $1 billion? You crazy, man? No. Like it's right. FIFA is gonna lose. It's gonna lose on this side because if you have success with EA, and it's actually one of the most. I have friends that just buy the console just to play FIFA and Call of Duty. That's it. That's all they play. So FIFA, if you're doing this, man, you're gonna lose by a lot. Seriously.
Yeah, I think the big loser is definitely FIFA.
And
I could be wrong.
And again, if 2K grabs it, oh Lord, it's just going down. Because I mean, I'm not a big fan of 2K Sports. I'm not a big fan of them. WWE, like you were saying, I bought the new one because it's like, it looks different, looks cool, it looks like this. So I played it, but then I'm like, oh man, there's no wrestlers. So yeah, and then to get like all the awesome wrestlers, you gotta pay like $50 more. And then to get all this stuff, you gotta do this. I'm like, nah, you guys aren't getting my money. No way. So imagine like you FIFA 2K grabs FIFA, and they'll be like, okay, you want to get Ronaldo, you gotta pay $50 more to get Ronaldo, Messi, a bunch of those guys. Right. They probably do that just to.
Well, they do that now with FIFA.
Yeah,
with Ultimate Team and all those packs. Yeah, you're pretty much paying almost $50 to get that character because you got to buy that many packs, and you might get one of them. So they find a way.
You never know, man. We could have FIFA Pro Evolution Soccer here. Some people do prefer Pro Evolution.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's check in. Go ahead, Louis.
I think Pro Evolution, like I said, Pro Evolution Soccer, I think the only team they have is Barcelona, I think, that they have with the actual names. And everybody else on the other teams, it's what I said. One is named Tito, the other one's named Pepe or something like that. And it's still a fun game. PES is a really fun game.
So, getting Messi sounds messy from Nick. By the way, Nick, thank you so much. Welcome to the chat. Let's check in with the chat real quick. Of course, the mod, Ice Queen Gaming's here. She says, hey, Doggy Dog 420. Thank you so much, Ice Queen Gaming, for coming in today and modding. Feel free to use the ban hammer on people who get out of line. And I saw someone else. Crazy Greek dude joins us. He said he's busy cooking. That's right. Make me a sandwich. I'm just kidding. All right. Man. And Pixel Slapper has a point. Bring back Sega Worldwide Soccer. Wow. Sega Sports used to be a thing back in the day.
Yeah, that was the thing back in the day. I remember playing all the NHL games. They were a lot of fun.
Sega Sports was the bomb.
But for me, the best NHL game was the one with N64. The one, oh man, I had so much fun every time you get into those fights. Oh, that was awesome. Oh,
I
man.
never played those. I wasn't into NHL at all. Still, I'm not.
Oh Lord, that was a good game.
All right. With all that being said, guys, let's move into the main topic for today. By the way, everybody, be sure to like and subscribe and share this video out. Let everybody come in so they can hear us get angry at each other here, because I think we're going to have very polarizing opinions on this next topic.
Uh-oh.
And the next topic is, of course, the Xbox delay of both Redfall and Starfield for 2022. So the delay, I'm going to start off kind of saying the delay hits me because now there is nothing officially announced from Xbox first party for 2022. This is the driest year I remember ever, because even in 2015, when it was the super driest year, we at least had one game, at least one. But this year we got nothing. 20, how many studios do they have? 20-something studios total?
23.
Almost 30?
23 and almost 35 with multiple studios
and no games.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they always troll us with Xbox got no games? It's not wrong right now. So, guys, what do you think about this delay? Let's go right down the line. Terry, what do you think about the delay of these games? Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Terry.
I mean, there's not really much for me to go on, because like we've discussed Starfield already on the show a couple times, and then every time I keep saying how I've never been hyped for it because they haven't told us anything about it. All we have is this cinematic CGI trailer that, okay, so we know there's an astronaut, okay, but we don't know anything really about the game, and it's, and had it still been on track to come out this November, with it coming in within the 6-month period of it being out, we should already know, what the game is. We should have gameplay. We should have all these things that we normally get by this point, and we don't have nothing. All right, it makes sense that this game would be delayed, because they haven't told us anything about it, because clearly they don't got anything yet. It's not ready. All right, so it needs to. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not disappointed because I never cared. I keep saying how I want them to get me hyped, but they haven't told me anything, so there's no way they can get me hyped. They haven't said anything. This game is just getting blown up and overly hyped off of nothing. It's just basically, to me, it's no different than No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, their trailer showed nothing, and everybody got crazy hyped over this game. And then the devs started shooting off all these crazy promises about what this game was going to be, but never showing that it was going to be that. And then people went off of that, and then it didn't have any of those things. And what did they get? They got what the trailer had, which was nothing. So how am I going to get excited for a game that I don't know anything about? I think it's ridiculous that people are getting this, bent over for a game that we don't know anything about. Now, if they haven't shown us gameplay and we had a better understanding, then I can understand disappointment. Because, it makes sense. If you're excited for a game, you're going to be disappointed when it doesn't come out. But, you don't know crap about it anyway. So, come on. It's like, there's an astronaut. You know that they're in space. Congratulations. That's all you freaking know.
God Howard making this game. This is a God Howard game.
That means nothing. Okay, if you look at Bethesda. Look at outside of stuff that ZeniMax takes care of. Their stuff tends to be overly buggy, and they have to depend on the mod community to freaking patch it and make it what it was intended to be in the first place. So what am I going to expect for that then? Does that tell me that this game they're going to show me these really flashy, cinematics for their trailer, and then I'm going to get janky Fallout gameplay that's going to need a mod to freaking fix, so that way it doesn't become like a Fallout 76. I don't know what to expect, because again, they haven't shown me a dang thing. So I'm not disappointed. Let them keep working on it, and hopefully whenever they are ready to release this game, they will show something off that'll get me excited to where I'll care about the game, but I don't give a flip. And then as for Redfall, I don't play those kind of games. I'm not into vampires. I don't like zombies. I don't like the whole Left 4 Dead style gameplay. So that's just yet another one of those kind of games that I couldn't give two flips about. So I couldn't care less.
All right. Terri doesn't care. She's not convinced. All right. Um, well, we'll get into another topic here in a little bit. Crazy Lou, you're the special guest today. Tell us what you think of
Yes,
these
please.
plays.
Yes, please.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of good news. There, Coolcat. In Xbox over there in the Crazy Louis Gaming channel, we did a video talking about the whole Starfield thing. There is a lot of information about Starfield. Like one of the basics is why people are so hyped about it because Todd Howard is a big guy, is a guy that loves to do interviews, and every time he's in an interview, he always like to like throw like a little bit about the game and talk a little bit about the game. He basically said, if you have ever played Skyrim, he said this is gonna be an Elder Scrolls in space. He said it.
Mhm.
Just by knowing that whoever has played Elder Scrolls, whoever's ever played Skyrim, Oblivion, and all that stuff, gets hyped. They're like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to play this game because if it's like Elder Scrolls, I mean, I can imagine. Oh, you get all these ideas. He's talked about factions. He's talked about this. He's talked about that. He has mentioned a lot of stuff that in order for you to catch that, you gotta like sit down like to watch that video over there because it's a quick what's it called it's a quick fact video about all the stuff that's gonna happen in the game, and it gives you
Yeah.
information about the game. Now, I totally agree with you on one thing though. We need gameplay. They need to show gameplay. I mean, there's a lot of talks, a lot of yada yada yada, but we do actually need gameplay, which I hope and I cross my fingers that they do it here on the Xbox Bethesda showcase that's coming up on June 12th. They have to show gameplay. They had to get the people all hyped up. Another thing is the game has been ready. He said the game is ready. All they need to do is polish it. So yeah, I think there's gonna be gameplay this June 12th. And I hope they do show it because really we need to see gameplay. We need to see what's going on because even I remember one thing Todd Howard said. He said if it was for him, I mean, he would show the game a month before it's released if it was for him. But he can't. He has to show it like 5 or 6 months before. I mean, that's how he thinks. He said if it was for me, I would wait 2 weeks before the game comes out and I would show gameplay about it. Just to hype everybody else just to get the game. That's what he says. He's like
Right.
he likes to toy around with it. But since he like right now all the pressure about what happened this week and everything that went on, either way I think they did have plans to show something this June 12th. So yeah, I hope they do show something, and also for Redfall too, they do show something. And how people are mad about this and rant about this is like I sometimes I like look at them and say, hey guys, there's more games out there. Those are not the only games that exist, like on the whole Xbox Foundation. No, but the PS fans fanboys go along and say Xbox has no exclusives. Yeah, they do have exclusives. It's just gonna come out later. We just gotta be patient. The whole COVID thing and the whole stuff has messed up a lot of stuff. I mean, I'll give you an example. When Forbidden West came out, it came out a little bit buggy, and a
Yeah.
little bit no, it came out really buggy. I mean, they put like 12 to 15 patches in less than 2 months. I'm not kidding you. I mean, same thing with Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 came out with a lot of issues. So yeah, if they're gonna move it just to fix things, hey, move it. Go take it. I'd rather have a good game than have a buggy game, especially with saves. I mean, I'm afraid of games with problems with saves. When I hear there's a game that has a save problem, I don't play. I don't put my hands on it until it's fixed. Because I don't want to be like 40 hours in it, and all of a sudden, oh, you have a save problem. But crap, I did a manual save 20 hours ago, so I have to go back 20 hours ago. No, I don't want that. But people mad about this? Nah, they shouldn't be mad. There's a lot more games. I mean, look, we got the Warhammer coming out in September on Xbox. This month we got Sniper Elite coming out, right? Is it this month the Sniper Elite comes out? Sniper Elite 5 or 4? What is it?
I'm unsure. I don't follow Sniper Elite.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fun game. It's awesome. You also got Scorn and a couple others, and maybe, but I'll mention that because there's surgery on that. But I'll mention that later. But yeah, there's a couple games coming out. So guys, don't be mad about what's going on. I rather them move it instead of giving me a buggy game. I mean, that's what I think. So yeah, I'm down with it. I'm cool with it. I'm not in no rush. We got lots of games to play. I mean, I'm for one. I haven't beaten Elden Ring, so yeah, there's a lot of games to play. So, oh, Plague Tale's coming out too. So yeah, that's a huge game. That's a game I've been waiting for.
Have to interject again. I have to interject again because there's a huge flaw to your logic, and that's that you don't want a buggy game. It's Bethesda. That's all their games. Bethesda has not released a single polished game that hasn't been riddled with bugs and needed the mod community to fix for them. Not a single game. Maybe I'll give you some slack on Wolfenstein, but the rest of their games, no. Fallout is freaking horrible. Doom had problems too. Freaking, and Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls. If this is gonna be Elder Scrolls in space, then I already know that I'm gonna have people, freaking walking through walls. And I'm going to have a janky hairstyle, and who knows what else is going to be wrong with it, because that's Bethesda for you. So no, I do not want to hear that, because that turns me off from wanting the game if it's going to be like Elder Scrolls. Because, I mean, I like Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is a lot of fun. But anybody who plays Elder Scrolls has to admit that Elder Scrolls comes with a lot of issues. All right? So, no, I don't want any of that attached to this. All right? So if Todd Howard wants to compare how this is going to be like Elder Scrolls, then that should be a freaking red flag, everybody. That's a red flag. You don't want that. You don't want that.
Oh,
right?
man.
That's bad. That is bad. We don't want that, man. No.
Again.
You literally, like I said, with No Man's Sky, they showed us nothing, and the devs were all talk, and then you literally went on a whole rant about how they showed us nothing and how Todd Howard's just talking.
Yeah,
so they didn't show anything, and it's all talk. They're literally doing what No Man's Sky did. Yeah, and No Man's Sky was a travesty, man.
There's a difference.
No. Red flags. There's red flags everywhere. They're throwing them everywhere, and everyone just has blinders on. No.
Who made No Man's Sky? What was his name? Sean Murray or something like that?
No. That was a huge thing. That was. I remember everybody talked about it, but again. Coolcat, like I said, on that part, I agree with you. For example, I remember you saying all this. I remember that the other day they came out with, I think it was Skyrim HD or something like that, and there was a save problem and they had to fix it. Yeah, games come with bugs, and I know Bethesda's got a lot of bugs. You're right about that on some of the games, but I'm saying as buggy as I'll give you an example, like how Cyberpunk came out, which came up with the big huge buginess. That's what I'm saying though. Like pretty much like Cyberpunk how it came out, but like for example now, like how many years later, a year or two later, it's a lot better, man. I talk about it, how much better it is and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I'd rather move it and not have like a whole Cyberpunk thing. And yeah, either way it comes out, I'll wait. I'm not as hyped for it because, of course, I mean, I know it's a big game, but I'm not like all excited about it. Like I'm gonna go buy that game day one and stuff. Yeah, again, it comes out, I'll sit down and play it because I'm more like into Elden Ring stuff, like hack and slash and stuff like that. That gets me excited. But space, I have to see. And
you know what's the best thing about space is?
What?
No one can hear you complain.
Oh, no, okay.
That's called Dead Space.
Okay. Let's check in with the chat real quick. Sorry, let's take a break and check in with this chat. Splendisfer says, wait for Forza Motorsport. Exactly. We're waiting.
We don't have a date. For what?
Fastback says, wait till June 12th. We are. I'm actually very hyped for the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and hopefully they surprise us. Let's see. Ooh. Let's keep looking here. What else do we got? The games are coming, says. Trust the plan. Delaying Starfield Redfall was a calculated move. I sure hope so. Because they announced Starfield a year and a half ago. That's how confident they were about it.
Nah, Starfield's been announced since, like, I don't know when.
A year and a half ago. No. The release date. The 11/11/23 or whatever it was.
11/11/22, something like that.
Yeah, 22 was announced a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that's another thing which I scratched my head about. It's like, this is not the first time Bethesda's delayed games. I mean, I remember Doom Eternal was November, and
Mhm.
then they delayed it to March, something like that. March of
That's right. There's an
2020.
automatic 6-month delay to any announced date, guys. That's what I'm picking up from this.
Yeah.
Jason Back says, did anyone think Microsoft was going to go all the way to November without a game? They have something coming this summer and fall. I sure hope so. From first party. From first party.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Cross fingers.
You mean who's still playing Skyrim? This guy.
I haven't played that game
This guy,
in like
this guy still
forever.
plays
Man.
Skyrim. I play
I have-
Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. So
I haven't touched Skyrim since the 360. So, been there,
Wow.
done that. Yep.
Fastback says, I will say this, crying Xbox has no games is dumb. These consoles play third-party games too. They sure do, but Xbox has no
Agreed.
first-party games in 2022 so far. So far. I hope that changes, just like everybody else.
Yeah, because I mean,
And that's my point, though. It's all been like, I hope.
Yeah.
Let's wait.
Let's wait. Yeah.
How many more times do I have to hope
But the
and
thing
wait?
is-
I need some results.
You know, it's all about the fan worth of the fan war thing. I mean, they want the game to come out. So they say, hey, look, we got a game that's got a 10. What are you gonna say now? That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. But if there was no fan war thing, we would like, okay, go wait another 6 months, no problem. Let's just wait for it. Because that's all we gotta do. We gotta wait for it till it comes out. That's it.
I'm gonna read this one because I think it's hilarious. It says, "Wooey, wooey, 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 Terry," but we
Whoa,
still
whoa,
love it.
whoa.
Whoa. To me, that says "wooey, wooey," like a police. I put a poll in the chat saying which Bethesda game are you more hyped for, Starfield or Redfall? The chat voted in 87% Starfield, 12% Redfall. So there you go. Starfield is the big game. Shaddai Scribners, who wants to go next on this Bethesda Xbox delay?
I let the man there with the smooth voice to go first.
All right, let's hear it.
He
Scrub.
just says that so he can take the time at the end. No, I'm just joking. This is a problem, and it's a problem on many different fronts. A lot of people, it's a problem on Twitter because when you are a fan of a console for a certain length of time and they're not coming out with the games that you want, that you're interested in, that you've hung your hat on as this is going to be reason why my console is so great. Yeah, it looks bad. It looks bad on Twitter, and then you don't have any quote something to fight with to say why your console is great. But the momentum that Xbox has been having in this situation also, this kind of tampers down. Look how it's been in the NPD for all these different months, and now all of a sudden it's not working. What it's going to do is going to slow down the hype. A lot of people have been buying these consoles on the fact that you have Game Pass and first party games are coming into their one. Now you don't have first party games in there. People are wondering, hey, all right, I'm doing this. I've gotten to the ecosystem for the hope of the games, and now these games, quote unquote, are not coming. Maybe right now at this moment in time, but to people, sometimes 6 months, sometimes a year delay seems forever to them. So that's one reason why people are so up in arms, is because I can't say my console is the best because I've been hearing we don't have games for all this time, and now technically I don't have games all this time. I think this is also a part of not the debacle of Halo, but the debacle of the showing of Halo, putting Halo out first. Because you're right, Terry. They've been putting these little showcases where they're showing you drawings and talking about, oh, it'll have this or it'll have that, and they're putting out these little crumbs for you. And then you're seeing everybody on Twitter taking pictures and saying, hey, we're at the studio. All of us are getting together, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, right after you take these pictures and put it out on Twitter, the game is delayed. I think it was something closer to, hey, show me what you got or whatever. And then it didn't live up to the thing. Because the main thing we said about the Halo launch, gameplay trailer was, who let this out? this was not good. There was pop-in, you had Craig, all this stuff. People signed off for this and said it was okay when it wasn't. And I think folks are on heightened alarm. They saw this. Some might have been saying this is just not going to be good enough. That was part of it. Also, more time to polish and do whatever. They have said for a while, but people say this all the time. The game is fully ready to play. All we're doing is dealing with bugs and polishing. And sometimes you give it more time, it looks better. Sometimes you go, wow, this could have sat in the limit. I mean, Halo was fun. I enjoyed it, but Halo could have sat out a little bit more once you look at it and see what they didn't have or what could have been better. So a game can always be better with more time. I don't think Starfield had all the hype for me per se, because like Terry, I hadn't seen anything yet. I've seen concept drawings. This wasn't a game as far as, oh, wow, this is going to immerse, because I haven't seen anything to make me go, oh, wow, I'm all in it. If a delay needs to be done, please do it to make it better, to make it something that I will agree with, because I do remember me waiting on Cyberpunk for almost 7.5 years, delay, tease me, and then the game comes out, and with all the bugs and stuff, I just quit playing. After about 10 hours, I said, I don't even have a Series X yet, so I don't even have the best place to play. I'm getting a lot of bugs on this Xbox One X. I waited. I sat at my house for a year until the 1.5 patch came out, and then I played it. And it's been great. So I think there's good things that can come out of it, but it does look bad. I know 2018, they put out a lot of, we bought this studio. Let's say we put 5 years on that to do a AAA game. And I've even said it on this podcast and others that 2023 was going to be the year when we start seeing a lot of this roll out. Well, is it? We don't know. Or say you got Starfield, you got Redfall, get pushed back to next year. Are you going to push back other games and give them more time? Or you're going to just have everything stacked up on top of each other in the next year? There's so many things that could come out, and this can be really bad. Or it can be good. We don't have to see. But at the same time, I get tired of saying, wait till this E3. This is my platform. I'm still going to play. Like I said, there's plenty of time to play backlogs right now. There's plenty of time to play third-party games. There's plenty of time to play stuff on Game Pass. But if you want your first-party deals that you signed to this console for, you want to see something where they're saying, hey, we're giving this great thing for you, for our customers. So, yes, June 12th, we will have to wait. But you can't keep saying every time, wait till next either. Because are they going to show new stuff? Yeah, they probably are. Are they going to be AAA games? We don't know. Is it going to be the games that you want? Because they can show 100 new stuff, but if it's stuff that nobody cares about, what's the point of saying, oh, we got a bunch of new games for you, if it's not the games that the people want? Also, a lot of these Starfield fans, get over yourself, because like Terry said, you don't know what the game is about. And in your head, you have built up this game to have.
We got art, the concept arts. It's still something.
No. But I'm just saying, by that concept art in your head, you already built out what the game's going to be, and you've already made all this dang hype on something that could be totally different than what you want, or totally different than what you expected. You're putting too much hype into it. Same thing with Cyberpunk. Everybody put all their eggs in the basket for Cyberpunk because it was so long. They kept putting out crumbs. They hyped themselves out, and then they were totally devastated when the game came out because it was not close to what they wanted. It was buggy mess. You were losing saves. It was kicking you out. But now it is where folks want. Same thing with No Man's Sky. So it's a crapshoot right now. I'm not going to be doom and gloom, but I don't want to be the one that keeps saying this E3 we're going to see what's coming out.
Right, because it's going to get delayed anyway.
Yes.
So let's check in with the chat. Go ahead, Terry.
Real quick, I want to add to what Scrub said. real quickly, and another thing that people aren't factoring in is it's a space game, and there's a very few good quality space games. Space games tend to not be good. They don't sell well.
Beyond Good and Evil 2, that space game, it still ain't came
It still
out.
isn't out.
Elite,
But
Elite Dangerous is a space game, but he's good.
it's still it's that's more niche. That's more niche when it comes, you know. So like when you look at the history of all the space games versus you know games that take place on ground like Elder Scrolls or things like that, like RPG status wise, space ones never do well. They just don't. A lot of people don't care about space, and this game has a lot of hype, and so it really needs to deliver and set the tone for what a space game should be, because they don't really have anything good to go off of, because space games are very, very, mostly hit or miss, but mostly miss. So
I know, man. Halo's in space, and it's awesome. Terry, I don't know what you're talking about. Halo is amazing.
But it's not open world.
It's not in space. Like most of your game plays on planets. Like you're not in space doing crap, man. There's no space.
Well, he wears a suit like an astronaut. So
you're either always on a planet or inside a ship, man. Like freaking space game. Like that's a freaking stretch.
You got Destiny, which is the biggest one of them all. Which you travel on a spaceship.
Mass Effect, I would say, is probably your best bet when it comes to like a space game. But like I said, it's more there's more than just Destiny or Mass Effect. Like there's lots of space games out there, but no one knows about them because they're all crap. All right.
Yeah. So, and I wouldn't put Destiny really in there, because Destiny 1 was not as big until it got to Destiny 2. Remember when Destiny first came out, all it was go to this one area, get back in your ship, go back to your hub world, go back to the same
another
planet.
One that I wouldn't really call a space game.
For a different area.
Right.
The only time you were in space was a load screen.
Yeah, exactly.
What
and
about
Destiny,
Star Wars? Is Star Wars count as a space game?
Yeah, Destiny
Star
did
Wars
not
tends
have.
to have space stuff happening,
Yeah.
Depends on the
Destiny
game.
did not have the stuff that you needed when it first came out. Look at another game we hyped up, Anthem. When we got there was nothing there, and then the games got. So I'm not being doom and gloom. I'm not saying the game will not be great, but when you push it out and you put all your eggs in the basket of how great it's going to be, when technically you haven't seen anything yet. Just calm down and just wait. And like you said, June 12th, we might see some, and then everybody might go, oh my God, this game is going to be awesome. But you can't really say that until you see something.
All right. I was gonna let Shaddai go first.
I was gonna tell you something real quick. Destiny got big when the Taken King came out. That's when
the Taken King fixed everything Destiny had.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah. You hear that? It fixed. How long was Destiny out?
I was about to say, how long was that?
What, 2 years almost?
No.
1 year. 1 year.
Okay, even 1 year. So, like I said, it was not what the game was supposed to be when it first came out. How great was Cyberpunk when it first came out? It took the 1.5 update. So I'm just saying there's a lot of games that come out and it's not what we expect, not what we want. And then it's No Man's Sky, same way. It was not great until later on.
The average gamer will only wait 3 months. If a game isn't what it was intended to be within the first 3 months, they're not coming back. So, I mean, they fixed it a year later with No Man's Sky, or they fixed it a year later with Destiny, or whatever. Most of those players do not go back.
Division 1
is very important.
But here's the
Outriders. Outriders.
Yeah, Outriders is now bragging about how they have DLC, and I haven't heard a single person talk about how they're going to go back to it. Like, no,
Back
no
for
one's
Blood. Back for Blood. Same thing.
I'll give, but Destiny though, when Destiny did come out with the Taken King, a lot of people came back. I mean, I was one of them that came back, and that was like the game I played in Xbox.
But they didn't stay.
They
came back. They played that content within like the couple weeks that they had, and then they fell off. And the thing with Destiny, they come back. They come back for the
100%.
They come back for whenever the content drops. Majority of the players come back.
That's
what you see the highest numbers.
There's
the hardcore, There's the hardcore
progression.
Destiny fans that play it all the
Yeah.
freaking time. My
It's
husband's
not
one.
about the.
But then you always see the peak when they have the expansions come out. Then everybody under the sun comes back. They play the new content for like 2 weeks, and then they all disappear again.
This is true,
And
Yeah.
and
but
then
I
you
never
just have
came
the
back.
baseline hardcore level again. So now,
I never came back. Once I got tired of going back and doing the same quest just to
Yep. Same
level
here.
up. Taken King came out. I was like, I'm on the other games right now. I don't have time to remember all my guns, remember how I played the game. I said, there's other stuff I can do, and I never came back to Destiny. I even bought Destiny 2, and I was like, I'm gonna start back over, but it was like I'm so far behind. There's so many level ups to do. I don't know. Vision was like that as well when
Yeah.
it first
Back-
came out. So
Back on topic.
to me,
We got
that
sidetracked a
is
little bit on games as a service. Maybe that might be a topic for another day.
well, to me, those are examples of what could happen. So I think it's not on topic, but it's right parallel of what could be. But if you don't have anything shown to you, it's hard for you to say, "Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be," because we
It's
don't
gonna
know.
be
We don't
amazing,
know.
Scrub. Best thing since sliced bread.
It might be. I hope it is, but they got to show me something.
This is gonna be
They
the
gotta
best
show
thing
me
since
something.
the Tanuki power up on Mario. Anyways, let's see. Eternal Shaddai, what do you got?
Okay. So I think that Bethesda is the one who decided to hold over games like Redfall and Starfield, not Xbox.
Mhm.
I'm not here to defend Xbox, but to why are we disturbed by this decision? Do you have the link that I sent you from
I do have
Business Insider?
Yeah.
Yep. If you scroll down, where Phil Spencer says something.
Well, that's like the whole article.
Not really. It's like halfway.
scroll
Right
down to
there.
where Phil Spencer
Wait,
talks.
right there. Yep, that would be it. So on May 8th of 2020, Business Insider, as we could see here on the screen, spoke with Phil Spencer. His reply stated as follows: through the summer, early fall, I feel pretty good about those games. Spencer said in an interview, games we're targeting a year from now or beyond. So it's already been over a year.
Mm-hmm.
There will be some impact, but they'll be able to react
by pushing it back even more.
Okay. No, that's why I say it's beyond. That's why I say
That's the
beyond.
react.
Yeah. A year later, after the head executive of Xbox interview, we just been announced our second major delay. That's, we know, Bethesda. The game came with so much hype. The first game under the purchase of Microsoft on Bethesda. Yes, we are demanding for a product that is made by the legendary Todd Howard and team. We already have seen it. Products being announced. And, on release date is not what was shown or completed. Examples like what Nerd said. Anthem, No Man's Sky, Cyberpunk, Sea of Thieves, just to name a few. Yesterday on Twitter, do you have the other link that I showed and that I sent you also?
Yeah, give me a second here to pull it up. From WFCC Tech.
That is correct.
All right, got it.
Okay. So yesterday on Twitter, a guy by the name of Joe L at Thought Rogers was promoted. Actually, this is a little bit different, but that's good. Yesterday on Twitter, this is what I saw. A guy by the name of Joe L at Thought Rogers was promoted to associate publishing producer, assisting production staff at Arcane Studios, which is the ones that are gonna be working on Redfall. We also have a user on Reset Era. That's the one that
this is the one.
That's the one. By the name of Heavy 008 that states the engine is a piece of crap, though. A month later, Bethesda makes the announcement about the delay. The question is, did he expose them by making that statement? Will Bethesda take this time to upgrade a bit of their engine, which we Coolcat Terri mentioned that a lot of bugginess and whatever the case may be. That's anyone's guess. We all know after the last two Bethesda games, it has been rough with Wolfenstein Youngblood and Fallout 76, but also some good with Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. When releases on Xbox later this year, when Bethesda, when it comes to Xbox, Deathloop is gonna release this year, and Ghostwire Tokyo is next year. So we're gonna get to enjoy those games also. So that is my take on that. And what does this supposed to mean? That Phil Spencer gave us a heads up of what's gonna happen, and when it actually happens, we get pissed off about it. So the question is, are we actually reading the articles? I know we are like, okay, yeah, that's PR, whatever. But we don't know. We're just gamers. But at least he gave us a year heads up on what it could happen, and it actually did. And that's why Scrub said, and beyond, of course, it's already been a year since that interview. So he already gave us a heads up. So why are we upset about this? For pretty much nothing. Yes, it is the first game under the purchase. But we want a better, we want a better game than, we want a better game. We just want everything to, we want everything to work. Now, this is another thing that came to mind that I forgot to mention. Imagine that it didn't get delayed. So we get Redfall, and at the end of the year, we get Starfield. You know that Starfield is going to overshadow Redfall, so we have two products from Bethesda, and one of it get overshadowed, so it's not going to do great.
That's why they space them out. They're not going to put them out a month apart from each other. They space it out.
But that's a problem.
So it's not going to. If they put out Redfall, they're going to do it when they put them out next year. If they put out Redfall in the first quarter and Starfield at the end of the year, why would Starfield be eating Redfall's sales? They would have the sales right already. Now,
even though they mentioned both, the one that took over the hype and the and the attention with Starfield. So Redfall was going to suffer. It was going to suffer real bad.
No, it wasn't. It was not going to suffer if they don't come out at the same time.
No. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. If it's like back to back, I understand that part.
So why would it suffer? That's just like saying
Forza, under one company.
That's just like saying Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport are going to eat each other because they're racing games. They don't come out at the same time. They don't come out the same year.
The way I'm thinking is this. If you release, let's say at the beginning, let's say March, you got Forza Motorsports, and in September you get the new Forza Horizon. So if I ask you, which game would you rather play, Motorsports or Horizon?
I would play both if they come out at the different times. Just like if I'm interested in Redfall, I will play Redfall, and then when Starfield comes out, I will play Starfield.
That's because you're doing which one is coming first. But like in a racing, I'm not gonna play Motorsports. Like for me, I'm not gonna play Motorsports because
it's on Game Pass. But I don't even have to worry about whether I have the money for it or not. It's on Game Pass. They're first-party studios, so it wouldn't hurt me either way.
That's true. That is actually true. But if you don't have nothing to play, yeah, of course, that's more of a filler. But a person,
if I have stuff to play, guess what? If I have games to play and the new game comes out, I still get the new game. Even that's what happens with backlogs. You get the new game, but
that's another thing. He's gonna get backlogs for that too.
but you still bought the game. A backlog is because you done got the game already.
Because there's a lot of games released. Of course, you're not gonna get
but they still got the money. They still got the sales. They still got the
money. That is, they still got the money. Yes, but the way I'm looking at it is, I'm going to which one actually interests me. Yes, motorsports this is just like an example. Yes, but for me, I wanted more of an option. I'm just saying like that. So I'll go for Horizon. Who cares about a circuit? But that's what I'm saying. So Redfall, it could be actually another Back for Blood that was hype, and all of a sudden it just dropped. It could suffer that way too. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, oh, this is another.
I think the only way it suffers if it's not a good game.
By a bigger game is a real thing. I mean, look what happened to Forbidden West. Elden Ring came out and basically erased every game for a 2-month period.
But Scrub is correct because it was back to back.
2 weeks from each other.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Shaddai's trying to make. If they launch too close, they'll get one will
overshadow. They're not.
Yeah, no.
Everybody knows that they're not. They are not going to put them games right on top of each other. So but that's when it's under
one. But when it's under one company, I don't know, because it's like I want to make something for make more money. I don't know.
If I was a company and I sold chocolate ice cream, but then I had a new flavor that I knew was going to overshadow my chocolate ice cream for the summertime, I might put one of them at this time and another one at another time. I'm not going to make 2 separate ice creams and one's not going to sell and the other, because then I'm steady making something that I'm going to lose money on. So you space it out and then you make money on both of them. This is a company. Yes. These are not people who just sit there and say, "Oh, I made a game. Here, everybody start playing it." It's not like Steam where everybody puts their own games on Steam. This is a company that has both of these games. They're not going to put them out at the same time.
I wasn't thinking of the same time.
That would be malpractice. If they put it a month away from each other, it would be malpractice.
No, but I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking that way. Being released too close, but it's 2 products under one company. That's the.
But they're 2 separate games that will get 2 separate different styles of gamers as well. Yeah, it's called diversity.
I don't know, because like I said,
it's 2 different games. I mean, one's in space and one is killing vampires. So,
one of them,
which is 4-player co-op, and the other one is single player.
But remember, one of them is the one that everybody wants, which is by.
I'm going to ask here, Scrub. Can I then sue Xbox if they release 2 games close to each other for malpractice?
I don't know about that one. Good question about that.
Technically, if you was a shareholder, yes, you could put in a lawsuit, but it would get thrown out immediately.
Right.
But yes, you could. Yes, you could sue, because there's many shareholders who will sue the company that they have share price on for the dumbest stuff in the world. Look at the folks who have gotten together to sue Microsoft for them trying to get Activision Blizzard so they can throw it out and then get more money. They're only suing so it will get pushed back so they can sell it at a higher price so they would get more money in the profit. So there are ways, but like this one, that lawsuit is going to get thrown out. So this is America. You can sue for anything.
Have no case.
Here's a question for you all though. But didn't Redfall get announced just last year too? Wasn't
it? Did.
Oh, so
yes,
but it was at the end, like
sorry,
that was me.
But the thing is, I think we were all expecting it, because I think they didn't even see it. They just said summer of 2022 probably.
Yep, that's what I said only.
Okay, so we didn't get a day. So why is everybody fuzzing up about this? It only says summer 2022. That's it. But
then it got pushed.
Then it got pushed.
But now it's getting pushed again.
Now, no, but it was for summer 2022, right? Because they showed it last year.
Honestly, if the devs pushed it one day, people would have a conniption. So it's, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just the way gamers are. Like, what do you mean I can't get it today? I put all my plans. I took the time off work so I could play it on launch day. Now you're pushing it back again. No, people would still.
But what I'm saying is,
first world problems, man.
It is.
Because what I'm asking is the first trailer of Redfall was last year, wasn't it? I think I
Yeah,
saw it
that's
last
it.
year.
But there's
Yes.
only one
It
trailer
was
for Redfall.
okay. There's only
Mhm.
one trailer for Redfall, so it was only show once, and it said summer 2022. They did not put June 11, 2022, nothing like that. It just said summer 2022.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
everybody was expecting it, but again, they did not actually say, okay, it's gonna come out this day, this month. I just said year and summer, so they pushed that. Okay, so I'm cool with it. But the things that I think people are mostly mad about is that since what's it called, Starfield is not coming out in the date they wanted. But I think this was also the first date announced of Starfield, wasn't it? They said it was gonna come in 2021. I think it was.
no, 2022. It's always
No,
been a
11
22
11
game.
2022, but that was a
Yeah,
while back. It wasn't like they
yeah,
announced this
That was
year it was coming
at the
out in
Bethesda
yeah,
game
November.
show last year. So it got
Exactly.
announced in
yeah.
summer. Like I said,
Yeah.
it was 18 months. They
But
announced
that's
the
what I'm
date
Yeah.
18
but
months.
that's what I'm saying. Phil said it could be any, some games was gonna be canceled, maybe a year, maybe beyond. So he just gave
Cancel,
you
He didn't
right
say
there.
canceled.
cancel, no,
No,
cancel,
no,
no,
not
no,
not
He
no,
did not say
cancel.
cancel. That's the
Don't say
wrong
Here's
word,
cancel.
Shaddai. He
That's
did
the
not
Yeah.
No,
say
word. Don't say
I
cancel.
wasn't
cancel.
thinking
They
of
said
cancel. I
move.
wasn't thinking of
Okay,
cancel.
okay,
I'm
don't
talking
say
about a
that.
delay because
Here
There's a
here's
huge
the
difference
key.
between canceling
Yeah.
and
Cancel
I
it.
delaying.
know
Wait,
between
yeah.
cancel and delay, but what he's trying to say that he actually was put, it could be pushed back a year or beyond that. That's what I'm
Here's the
saying.
key. Here's the key. Nobody thought when Shaddai, what was that came out? They came out what, the end of 2020? You saying that article or
May
2021?
8th, 2020. I mean, yep,
Okay, then perfect.
2
Nobody
years.
thought that the pandemic was going to last that long.
Yeah.
That's why nobody had their date scheduled. Nobody realized that all their dev teams are going to be sitting at the house, spread out from each other for years. They thought 3 months. Everybody was saying 3 months, sit in your house. But at first, it was 2 weeks. Then it was like 3 months. Then it was 6 months. Then it was a year. Then we're gonna come back to the studios. Oh, it gets we got spikes. Everybody go back home. Nobody, when they planned out how their thing was going, especially when coronavirus first hit, thought
Mm-hmm.
that they were going to be separated this long. So yeah, Phil Spencer, when he said delay a year from now, because he didn't think they were going to be away for that long. So now it's going to be pushed out even more. Don't
Yeah.
think that any of these games are going to be where you think they are. To me, like I've heard other folks say, I don't care when the date comes out. I really don't expect it to make it. The only dates I think that are ever going to make are going to be Madden, because if it's horrible, they'll put it back out the same year, and probably Call of Duty. Everything else
Even Call of
that
Duty
date.
got delayed. Modern Warfare 2 got pushed to next year.
No. It's going to be 2 year cycle, so it won't be one next year. It's coming out this year, and then
Yep.
it won't be another one next year.
Yep.
But
Correct.
like I said, there's going to be all these dev teams. None of these dates are going to hit hardly at all. You're going to have some that they just found a way, or they were so far ahead when the pandemic hit that they finished it up and they hit the date. So what Phil Spencer said in 2020, we're way past that now. Everything is
But
going to
we
get
cannot,
pushed back.
but we cannot have that mentality
So
because
No, you're
not
gonna
to
have
go
to have
that.
that mentality, because that's a part of life right now.
Yeah,
All
no, now it's
games
part
have
of
been
life. Now the game. So that means if it's part of life now, that means that's a lot of work or whatever they have, their designated job, whatever is gonna take longer.
right. That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Sorry,
like
sorry,
I
sorry,
Jenna
sorry.
know.
said in the chat, the reason why folks are so getting tired of it too is we're saying, oh, Game Pass every quarter, we're looking with all our studios and we're thinking, okay, is it 2022? No. Is it going to be 2023? No. You got to think, ever since a lot of these people since 2013 have been holding on to Xbox no matter what. I'm an Xbox player. This is where I game. This is where my friends are. This is the ecosystem I like. This is the controller I like, whatever. This has the exclusives that I like, Halo, Gears, Forza, and now we have other stuff. And every year it keeps going to wait. One more year. You get to the next year. Just one more year. You get to the next year. One more year. Now we get 2018. We bought all these studios. Okay, then. So I bought all these studios. Let's say it's a AA game. What, 3 or 4 years? Pandemic hits. 3 or 4 years come back. Nope, nothing. Look how many studios have to show something. Now, hopefully in June 12th, you might start seeing some of the fruits of this labor. But like you said, you don't know yet. And it's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of everything getting delayed. It's also the fanboy experience of I can't tout my video games because everything keeps putting push and people are getting tired of Xbox has no games. Because now, technically, until you hear anything past June 12th, it kind of sounds true.
It is.
And plus, Microsoft is not used to this, so that's another thing.
Let's check in with the chat real quick. It's been a while here. So we're going way back here. Let's see. Crazy Group Dude says, what I don't get is everyone piling on Xbox for a game that's not really theirs. If the acquisition never happened, it's a ZeniMax Bethesda. The clamoring that Xbox management failed, I can't get behind. Okay. We'll talk about Xbox management in a while. Bethesda would have probably delayed these two games even if they were not part of Xbox. So people blaming Phil like he can control this is dumb too.
That's true. These are both true.
You saw that they're trying to say fire Phil Spencer and get done match.
They're stupid. That's all I got.
Dumb. That's dumb.
Hope we don't see another Xbox showcase with 2 or 3 years out. Last year's show was good, but looking at it now, a lot of those games didn't drop. It makes it for a disappointing year. I agree, Nix. I think they should stop announcing games so far out. Let's see where we are.
Can I say something real quick to Nix? I mean,
yeah.
Everybody, this is something that's called marketing. PlayStation has done it before. We've seen this. They say, okay, for example, look, they mentioned God of War 2022, right? God of War, but we still
They mentioned God of War 2021.
Oh, 2021? Okay. They mentioned 2021.
Yeah, and they got pushed.
They got pushed 2022, but they have not still set a date. And I think it's still not going to set a date to 2023. This is
probably
marketing,
right.
guys. This is marketing. They all do it. They say, hey, we're going to put this on this day so you can run right now to the store and say, hey, let me go grab that console because Starfield is coming in November. And you go buy the console, right? And let's say you bought it like 2 months ago and you get situated. You're like, okay, let me access Game Pass. Let me take a look. Oh, wow, I am in love with this console. It's pretty cool. But yes, I am waiting for that Starfield to come out. So when Starfield comes out, you're like, ah, damn it. You know, you see that data that gets me. You say, ah, damn it. It's not going to come out this day. Damn it. You got all mad. I bought this console for this. And this all happens. But hey, at least I got adjusted to it and played the Game Pass. And I'm having fun with it. So I guess I'll wait. Or be mad that it's just not going to come up. But either way, we're just going to have to wait. But yeah, that's how it is. It's marketing. They do that. It's a way for you to get the console. They all delay games. Yeah, it's a flaw. Though. Yeah, I agree.
If you look at other forms of entertainment, they don't do that. It's only gaming they do that. Yeah, and that's why it's a big flaw. They make announcements and they start marketing things that aren't finished. And that's the flaw. They really should wait until it's done, then do all their marketing and then release it, like you do with film and other forms of entertainment. They wait till the product is ready before they start advertising. That's because you don't get pushbacks like that when a film's going to go into the theater and be like, oh yeah, we're going to have it in the theater, holiday, and then it's like, no, we're going to push it back 2 more years. That doesn't happen.
Next, it says something. The problem, Louis, we're not seeing
it did during COVID.
Through the pandemic, yes, but that's mostly because you had to shut down the theaters. That wasn't because the movies were.
The pandemic was, I don't know. I feel like my business, right? Yeah. We grew through the pandemic. So did Amazon, right? Like Amazon and my business didn't miss a beat. Pandemic or not, we had to grow. We're bigger now than we've ever been and busier now than we've ever been. In lieu of it, there was ways to adjust to it. Was it painful? You bet. Were we all worried? Yeah. Were we all hot on our faces because we had to wear masks everywhere? Yeah. It sucked. But there are ways, is all I'm saying. So and you can only use that for so long. I mean, the pandemic 2020, okay, get it. That was a big deal. We didn't know enough about it. 2021, get it. 2022 pandemic is still. What are we going to do when delays happen 2023? Are we still blaming the pandemic, even though we should have adjusted to it by
No,
now for 4 years, 3
No,
years?
people will
years.
still blame it because there were shutdowns and the pandemic stopped people
Yeah,
from working for
Yep.
over
exactly.
18 months.
Months.
So
Yeah.
they can
I mean,
logistically say at
I don't
least
think
2
the
more
pandemic
years
stopped
push
anybody
stuff
from
out.
working.
if I'll give you an
N-
example. If you did not see the news, I mean, again, if you did not see the news
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks ago or a month ago, there was a ship. There were ships stuck in China because they had to shut down the Shanghai port because of COVID.
Yes,
I
Yeah,
mean,
I remember
yes.
seeing
that
that.
that that's
And
gonna be.
factories.
Yep, factories have closed down pretty much everything. So when that stuff happens, there's a lot of stuff going to happen right there. We're going to get delays and everything. Another thing, though, you got a development group, a development team, right?
Hmm.
There's 5 people that do this, 10 people that do this, that the other
Mhm.
stuff do that. All of a sudden, the person who does this gets sick. That's a delay right there. Or the team gets sick. It's another delay right
Your
there
team is
because
not robust enough. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah,
I'm
I agree with you, but
like, okay, so you're telling
yeah,
me that a plane is not going to fly because there's not that one specialty pilot for that one specialty plane
no,
is
I
not there?
agree. Again,
You
I
know,
agree
that's
with, but
not.
there's some stuff but there's stuff that's happening, and the people are just trying to get adjusted to it, just to like again to deliver. I mean, like what Scrub Nurse said, and people say, look at the movies. A lot of movies got delayed.
Yeah,
Top Gun was supposed to come out. I think it was last year. Was it 2 years
yeah,
ago?
2 years ago. Yeah,
And now it's coming out because movie theaters open up, but the
yeah.
movie is made. So yeah, it's happening to
So,
everybody right now.
so let's go back here. Fastback says studios recently
Yeah,
acquired by Xbox already put out games or just started cooking a game. Yeah, a lot of them have. They're finishing their contractual agreements before their existing ones, and they're cooking exclusives now.
yeah.
Mm.
Let's see what else we got in the chat. The Gina comes in. Gina, shout out to Gina, by the way. Hopefully you're doing well.
Gina.
My friends loved Infinite but fell off. They haven't come back for season 2, even though they love the gameplay. Season 1 burned them too hard. This is when we were talking about Destiny,
Right.
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
So yeah, I haven't gone back to anything because I'm too busy with Elden Ring. I just like that game way too much. So
Warhammer.
hey, Warhammer is my weekend game. Don't hate me for playing Warhammer. Maybe you just suck
Oh
at
no, I'm
strategy.
not. I'm not hating. Just say the correct game that you're playing, which is Warhammer.
Yeah.
I play Warhammer 1 day a week, man.
think-
I asked the chat if Forza Motorsport was going to release if they think Forza Motorsport will release this year and save Xbox first party, and they overwhelmingly voted yes with over 80%. So yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
And here, this is my point too. Jason Max makes my point. They said it during. So yeah.
but
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
Back from the Dead jumps in. He says, "Hey everyone, hello. Thank you so much. Back from the Dead." Stubbs Gaming jumps in. Shout out to Stubbs.
Oh, steps.
I think many devs have already adapted. I agree with you. I
Yep,
think they
I
have to.
agree.
Yep.
I
agree.
think there is an adaptation, but it slows down process. If
Yeah.
I'm working in an office with you and we can share ideas while you walk past my desk, if I can just hand you paperwork versus me having to download the information, shoot it to you in
Time
an email.
frame.
You
Wait,
treat
wait.
killer
The
scrum
time
nurse.
frame. That's another delay.
Wait. I shoot it to you in an email. You're doing other work. It might be another hour before you get to that email.
Yep.
I've been in a job before. I've taken on this new one where I couldn't do my job until somebody else did their part because I worked in quality. So it doesn't matter if you had 10 people on it or if you had 2 people on it. If there was mistakes made, if they had to redo a part, or if they just felt like dragging their butt that day, it was on me to either make it a crunch time to get it out on the day and time is supposed to get out, or it was a delay. It's the
Yeah,
same
What about
thing now.
mocap?
Folks,
Oof.
folks,
People
yeah,
that work on
mocap
mocap.
is a big thing. Folks
Yeah.
have been used to doing video games for so long a certain way. When you
Yeah.
have something that disrupts it abruptly and for that long of a time, it takes longer to adapt to it. And then when they do adapt to it, the process is different. So the process will take longer. So it will take longer to put the games out, whether you adapt to it or not.
Mhm.
If you're adapting to driving a car and then all of a sudden everybody's car has been shut down except buses, and you ride the bus every day, guess what? It's going to take you longer to get to work because
Oh
you're
man, I would
riding
love for that to
buses
be a
now
reality. I hate
instead of a,
driving so
instead
much.
of instead of a car, because you can just drive your car. There's not that all those stops that you have to make and stuff. But now you take the car away. Now you might have to get ready 2 hours earlier and hit 50 stops before you get to your job. It changes things, but I'm not using that as an excuse. Folks need to do what they need to do to get the games out, but we're not developers either, so we don't know the supreme
Exactly.
effects to it. So most of this stuff is because folks want to play new games. Folks want the new whatever it is. Like I said, there's plenty
Yeah.
of games we can play on our backlog. And like I said,
Mm-hmm.
we have
Totally
heard,
agree.
like Phil said, where each quarter we're going to put out, that's our plan. Folks have been hearing these plans. Folks have been hearing about Starfield and these new games, and we still haven't seen it yet. So a lot of people are getting antsy, and it's Twitter, and that's the new thing. Whatever the new thing is, jump on it. It's like watching dang squirrel, because next week it'll be EA came out with such and such, and then everybody will pile it on EA. So it's just one of those things.
So let's all right. So now I'm going to give my thoughts. Now that everybody's given their thoughts, and I think my thoughts might fire some people up, might not. We'll see. So I'm just going to start off by saying I'm not against delays. I really am not. I think if you're going to delay a game, it will typically be for the better. Not every delayed game comes out better, but that's just because it was a bad game or a bad concept to begin with. So what hurts the most here to me is, yeah, I am hyped for Starfield, and I was shocked that it was delayed, just like I was shocked that Halo was delayed, because Phil Spencer committed to Halo launching with Xbox for the first time since the launch of the Xbox, and when he didn't hit that, it was a whole year before I got to play Halo, and that anxiousness, like I want to play it, I want to play it, hit there, but of course I waited. And I think Halo turned out to be awesome, especially the campaign. Probably one of the better campaigns I've played in a very long time from Halo, from 343. And then, when this one gets pushed out, the Starfield, it got announced, and I am a huge sci-fi guy, so I love me space games. I love my Elder Scrolls, and this is a God Howard game. Todd Howard has made four Game of the Year games. That's a pedigree you can't really deny. I know everybody gets all over, oh, it's a Kojima. Screw Kojima. It's all about God Howard, all right? So
No.
I think he makes much better games. I think he makes very immersive games, better storytelling, all that good stuff. So the hype for me on Starfield isn't just, oh, Skyrim in space. Well, I love Skyrim. I love space. I like God Howard, because he has the pedigree. It's all there for me to get hyped, knowing absolutely nothing. They could have just shown a Starfield, the E3 before, they just showed that Starfield logo, which I did get hyped for it. It comes as a shock that it gets delayed because, again, they committed to the release date 18 months out. That's a long time for me to build my hype. And then they've been releasing all these little intel drops. Todd Howard has been doing interviews. They've shown the sounds. They've shown concept arts. They've showed all this stuff. So I definitely thought, okay, they're still going with the marketing, dropping little tidbits, good old Bethesda style. And so I thought they were really going to put it out. Of course, I am wrong. Redfall, I could really care less about Redfall. It doesn't sound like my kind of game. Just putting that out there, it just doesn't sound like my kind of game. So, and the second part is first party. Where is first party? Since 2018, late 2018. So yeah, I think Sea of Thieves launched in 2018, earlier 2018. Since Sea of Thieves launched, it has only been Halo, Gears, and Forza from Xbox first party that has launched as Xbox first party games, not contractual obligation games. When are the games coming? And now we're in 2022, and there are no games coming that we know of. We can speculate that, Forza Motorsport will come in and save the day for first party, so that way Xbox can say they launched something in 2022. But there's really nothing else. Now, I guess I'll take that back. Flight Simulator did come out during that time too, which is awesome. But
And Age of Empires too.
Yeah, Age of Empires. But on the console, you know, and again, and there's another thing I have a problem with Xbox first party is launching on PC first and then launching on Xbox. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. They need to launch concurrently, personally. So this whole thing of Xbox has no games, like they literally have no games for 2022, as of what we know, confirmed right now. There's speculation. Some people might know, some people inside, but until they announce it, it's not official.
Right. Same with Deathloop. People keep saying Deathloop. It should, but you don't know.
We don't know if Deathloop was a 1 year, 2 year exclusive or whatever the contractual obligation is. You know, so it's just, I think this delay hit hard more on the thing like, well, what now? What comes from Xbox? And, you know, Xbox is advertising this Game Pass, and yeah, there are a lot of games to play on Game Pass, and I'm enjoying. Obviously, I'm not playing anything other than Elden Ring, which wasn't on Game Pass anyway. So there are games to play, but when you have a service and the competition has launched a service, the differentiator was day and date first party. And for this year, you lost that little, you know, check mark, if you will. But that was a talking point to choose Game Pass over the competition. So we'll see what happens with that. So I don't know. I think that we've been asked to wait for so long as Xbox fans for the changes to come. And I like Phil Spencer a lot. I think Phil Spencer saved Xbox from dying. He elevated Xbox on the Microsoft totem pole. He is really great at gamers. He has convinced management to take great risk on gaming and to invest in it in a way I've never seen it before. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Phil Spencer. I like him a lot. I think he's a fantastic boss. I would love to work for Phil Spencer.
But here's the thing, though. But here's the thing, though. It has changed. I mean, the thing is, people just don't. Like I said, people just. This is all about fan wars again. They want a game to come out and win Game of the Year, so the Xbox guys can say, "Hey, we got Game of the Year. What now?" That's what this is all about. That pretty much. I'm telling you because that.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me. Like I could really care less about any of that.
No, but I'll give you an example though. Like for example, like exclusives moving and all that stuff. It's just all this. But again, it has changed because I'll give you an example. When Game Pass came out, right? Mm-hmm. When Game Pass came out, Game Pass was all about putting all. They were saying, "Oh, look, they put all games, they put all games, they put all games." But look what Game Pass has done for all of us. How many third-party games came out day one in Game Pass that you never expected that? How many of those third-party? Yeah, you got MLB, you got Outriders, you got like for example, Sniper Elite's coming out. You got a Plague Tale. You got all those games that are third parties. Also, another thing, it has made indie games fun for us too because damn, it's a good way for us to sit there. Let me try this game. Let me download it and try this indie game. And you sit there and you play. You're like, wow, this indie game is freaking fantastic. Why didn't I ever pay attention to this? Thank you, Game Pass, for this. So yeah, Game Pass. I mean, it has changed so much from 2020 to now, and people don't take that for granted. All they talk about is exclusives. Hey man, when the exclusives come out, they'll come out, and I just hope they come out soon. Yeah, I want them to come out soon so I can say, hey, I got this here. You know, hey, look what you don't have nothing over there. I got this, but just
but that's the counter to it, though. Yeah. Louis. You can never say they got nothing over there. You can never say that because you know why? Because Nintendo is on a release rhythm. Whether you enjoy the first party games that come out of Nintendo or not, they're on a release rhythm, and they make good games. PlayStation is on a release rhythm. Whether you enjoy their first party games or not is irrelevant. They release games every year, and they have so for so many years.
Yeah,
but they delay as well. The only problem
they
is
still release that game every year.
The
Yes, that's
problem,
the problem.
the
PlayStation still
yeah,
has games that get
yeah,
released that year.
yeah.
The only reason why this is a big problem is because with these
It's
two
like
games being gone and we not knowing the future, it looks like Xbox has no
get
first party exclusive
And
games
rem-
for the year, which
Oh,
is
they do.
fanboy
And like
narrative
I
stuff.
said, and like
exactly.
I
That's
said
It's not
earlier,
that's
fanboy
the
no
only
more.
Xbox is
problem.
not
Hey,
used to this. Xbox is
you buy
not
an
used to
Xbox
Forbidden
this.
game,
West,
you buy an
Forbidden
Xbox
West,
console for
God of
Xbox
War,
games.
all those games, Returnal, all of those were delayed as well. But it
Yeah,
just so happens that you just got egg on your face because
yeah.
this year you don't have anything to show
Because
up and say, hey, we
earlier,
got this. So you have to just sit there and
I,
take all the
I,
trash
I,
talking.
I,
That's
I'm,
what it really is, the disappointment.
I'll mention something real quick. I'm gonna mention something real quick, real quick. This is something real quick. This week happened two big things.
Right.
There have been two big things this week. This week. There's a topic of PlayStation which we're not talking about that happened this week. Nobody talked about it, but trust me, this is a huge thing on the whole PlayStation side. But as soon as Microsoft says Bethesda delayed these two games, you go on Twitter today, go on Twitter tomorrow, you go on Twitter for this whole week, and it's all about a ha 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 no games. And people get mad about it, but hey, we got a bunch of games coming in third party day one, which we're gonna have fun with them. We're gonna still enjoy them. We're gonna get other games announced in them that we probably like. Hey, I wanted to buy that game. Look, it's right here. Let me go play it. And we're gonna have a lot of fun with Game Pass. And that's what they're gonna do because they've been doing it. They've been also putting third-party games they want in there, which is something did not expect because it was only
Right.
first-party games, and now they're putting third-party games. So yeah, all of that has changed, and people don't take that for granted. All we want is to say, hey, I got this exclusive here, and I want to tell everybody, hey, oh, I got this game here, you know, and this is my game of the year, and we actually beat you. It's all about talks.
You're,
Again,
you're, you're
yeah, it's all about talks.
I think that you're making an assumption for all gamers because everything you're saying is like not applicable to me, and I'm still
Oh,
disappointed.
no,
You know,
yeah, I know.
No, he's talking in general. He's
In
talking in
general,
general.
yeah,
He's not
yeah,
saying everybody, but yes, the
yeah,
general consensus for Twitter, and which is not everybody either, but the general
yeah,
consensus for the people that we see, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, or other space, Reddit, and different things like that. That's what the back and forth is. Look what we have
yeah,
versus look what you
yeah,
have.
exactly.
And
right?
if you don't have anything, you go, well, they
Because,
have stuff, but we don't
but,
have
but
anything. And that's why
you
people
know,
are upset.
yeah,
I only care like they say that gaming is a selfish hobby, right? And
yeah,
this is true for me. I only care about what I have in gaming, right?
Correct.
And
I have
so
plenty of
I
games.
could care less about what anybody else has, but that doesn't mean I'm also blind, you know. Like my family, we're all over the place, right? On gaming. We're very agnostic as a family when it comes to consoles. You know, when my nephews are playing their PlayStation exclusives, I ask them about it, if they're great, if they're awesome, what do they like about it, all that good stuff. And it hurts me zero that they have a PlayStation console. Like I don't get into my feelings about it because it's what they enjoy. But you know, they buy a PlayStation console for PlayStation games. I buy an Xbox console for Xbox games. And this year, Xbox games first party is not there. Now, like I said, it's really
yeah.
not hurting me right now because of Elden Ring. Thank the Lord for Elden Ring. You know, thank you from Soft. Give me the year. Um, but you know, I wanted to see if this was really a problem. So I asked a coworker who is like the most casual of casual gamers, Xbox gamers you ever met. He has an Xbox because that's just what he buys, right? And I asked him if and he's a Game Pass subscriber. And I asked him if these delays meant anything to him, and he's all like, "No, it doesn't mean anything, because I still have games to play on Game Pass. There's still always going to be something, and I'm still going to stay subscribed." So the casuals, it matters little to nothing to them, right? Shout out to Casual Craig at work. That's what I'm going to call him, Casual Craig. And the but for me, you know, a more hardcore gamer, I'm not against delays, but you know, that's that whole "what have you done for me lately" thing. And Xbox, what they've done for me lately is show me that they have nothing in 2022
Okay.
as for an Xbox game.
But that's because
That we know of.
they're not used to, they're not used to, especially with this many studios compare. Let's put it this way, let's compare the Xbox of now to the
Yeah,
Xbox
that's fucked
360 era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's double
Okay.
compared to when they used to
It's more
start,
than double.
huh?
It's way more than double.
It's more, remember? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
The-
now they never get to manage that many studios, and then let's release this. So at least they gave us the plan of what they wanted to do. But there's always hiccups along the line. There's always hiccups. So yes, we want the best Xbox to release something, but they're not used to it. For me, the way I say it is they're not used to that. For them to actually iron out their plan, they first gotta get very consistent on what they want.
Yeah.
So right now,
I just think that
But I got a
Xbox
bit.
needs to get on a rhythm of
but
at
I
least
got-
one or two games a
but-
year.
but look
here's-
what
Before they go on
happened.
this one every quarter.
A good
thing.
example.
that's what's gonna happen.
But look what happened with Ninja Theory. I remember when we all remember when they got bought. The first game that what they released, Bleeding Edge.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
Bleeding Edge. So we're like, yo, where's Hellblade 2? Bleeding Edge.
Yeah.
A game that nobody cared. Oh yeah, another Overwatch.
They wanted to put it out, and
Bleeding Edge, I
Xbox
had a good
allowed
time,
them to
but
it.
it's definitely- I'm not into the hero
It was a
shooter thing.
passion project, so
It was a
passion project, and a different part of their studios doing it. It wasn't they took away Hellblade developers to make Bleeding
Yeah.
Edge. They did not
But
do
they,
that.
but they released something that is like for us, for us to play. It's like, okay, it's cool, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay.
But here's
You
the
know what I
thing,
mean?
though.
That's the bad part. That's the bad part when you're trying to feel like,
But-
yes, something that from first party, but you're making
But was it a first
but-
party game? Was it a first party game?
No,
It was a
that's what I
first
said.
party game.
No,
So,
that's what I
you
said.
can't complain. If you want first party games, they put out a first party
But
game.
you want something that you don't want your player to feel.
No, that was you that didn't like. There was plenty of people who liked it, but that's a personal thing. That's personal. You can't say they put out first. They need to put out first party games. They put out a first party game. You go, oh, that's not what I wanted though.
That everybody's personal in the games that they like. Like right now, Axel, he just said it in his personal thing. It's something that I like. It's something that I want. But what about?
It's totally me.
But exactly, yeah. But the thing. But what about if something that I'm gonna like? It's like if you're tryna tell your friend like, yo, I want you to try this because you're giving a suggestion. It's like, no, it's not.
But here's the thing, though. I got a good one for y'all. But did y'all know that Xbox did actually release a game this year? Did you guys did not know that, right? Or no?
You
guys
talking
did
about
not
Age
know
of
that?
Empires?
Nope. I'm talking about they actually did release something from one of their studios. But the thing is,
Better
the
not be a
sad part.
remake.
No, but the bad part is it came out to another console because there was a contract, but it did come out from one of the studios. Yeah, but look, there's a game that came out from them. So yeah, and it wasn't that good on ratings, but hey, whoever played it told me it's an excellent game, which was what's it called? I forgot about it now, man. Oh.
See, even you don't know.
No. It's because of this code. It's Ghostwire Tokyo. That's the one. It came from
That's a
one of the
contractual
studios.
game, though.
Yeah, but
who
it
knows
came,
when we'll get that one?
we're gonna get it next year. They have like a
Who
year.
knows?
Yeah,
Who
they have
knows?
a
Because
year.
they're not going to announce it.
But they will probably. But like I said, again, everybody's worried about a first party. Everybody's worried about this. But Xbox has done a lot of changes on their thing because it was only first party. Now they got third parties coming in and everything. So we don't know yet what's gonna happen in the next months. We don't know what big third party might drop in and be like, oh my god, we're gonna be like and laugh and be like, we got this here. Oh man, and be excited about it. So yeah, we just have to wait to see what happens and let's just sit down and wait because right now, of course, they're from their part, first party studios are not releasing nothing. We understand that, but yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see this weekend. And another thing, which I hope they do in this June 12th Xbox Bethesda show, is that they actually say, hey, we have release dates. Even though we know they have release dates and they might get moved, but at least
I
we have
am.
release dates.
The gaming industry as a whole has delayed every
Yeah,
AAA
yeah,
game
yeah.
ever. So
But at
if
least
they
there's
even
release
say a
dates.
release date, I just know it's going to be delayed
Yeah.
for 6 months.
Yeah,
That's just as a whole, as a collective.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, all right. I think we beat this topic to death. Some of us are completely unaffected by the delays. Some of us are a little disappointed. And, some of us we all have different point of views, which is great when you have a panel this big. Some people are, and, I'm going to go back to Nick's over here. What did Nick say? Nick said something about first party exclusives or, here we go. If a game is exclusive to only one console, whether it's third party or not, I treat it as first party. So my reply to that is I actually treat anything releasing into Game Pass day and date as an exclusive. Whether it comes out everywhere else or not is irrelevant. Because me as a Game Pass subscriber, that's exclusive. That access is exclusive to me. So I really enjoy those things that release into Game Pass, like MLB The Show. I'm going to use that one. It released on 3 platforms this year. But I feel that it's exclusive to Game Pass because, well, I got it with my subscription exclusively. So, yeah, I feel that that's Game Pass to me is the real exclusive these days, in my opinion. All right, Terri, do you got anything on the indie showcase today?
Of course.
All right, whatever.
I always have something for the indie. I always have something for the indie showcase.
By the way, chat, thank you so much for staying with us. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this out. And thanks for sharing your thoughts in the chat. I've been reading them. So I really appreciate you guys interacting with us. All right, Terri, let's see what you got today.
All right, we're changing pace, everybody. We're moving on. All right.
Oh, my God.
Woo! Oh, my God. Wake up. Everybody in back there sleeping. Wake up. I'm looking at you, Shaddai.
Wake up.
All right.
Wake up. Makeup. No, wait.
Yes. Oh my God, that's old. Okay, anyways, we're gonna look at a game. This is gonna be from a franchise. I'm just gonna show you a trailer for like the newest one that just came out recently on PC. Then I'll kind of briefly, tackle the whole thing. So we're gonna look at the franchise that is Siberia. Some of you may be familiar with it, some of you may not. This is a franchise that's been around. Like it first started back in like '99. And then Siberia 1 was then made in like 2000 and like 2 or something. Like it's like 20 some years old. All right, so it's an old franchise. All right, so next, I'm not showing the space gate. All right, I'm not showing the space gate. All right, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna look at this. I'm gonna go ahead and play the trailer for the newest game, which is The World Before, and then we'll dive into deeper. So go ahead.
Ma'am, is everything all right?
It's just that you look very much like the person in the picture, Fräulein. Her name was Dana. Dana Rose.
I've come a very long way to find out about her. I would really like to know who she is. It's very important to me, you see.
It was a very long time ago. For an expedition, scientists were being trained by a local alpinist, Leon Kabatis.
Just what I was looking for. Perfect.
You should be ashamed! You are drunk, Herr Haas. Out of my way.
How could you agree to this, Leon? How could you?
Whatever could happen between Dana and Leon, I needed to be included, one way or another.
There's something sinister about all this.
My mission was to guide you and the rest of the expedition here, not to get involved in your harebrained research. I don't think you understand the gravity of the situation. We'd better leave the mountains,
World War
or
I.
we won't survive. Promise me you'll be very careful.
She left for an unknown destination. What happened, Dana? There must be a link between my mom and Dana, too.
By the way, what is your name?
Walker. Kate Walker.
All right, everybody. So there you go. That's the newest iteration for the Siberia franchise. The world before now. You can go ahead and you can check out the whole franchise if you want. It's available on PC and Nintendo Switch if you want to see everything from the first 3 games, as well as the newest one is still coming out on other platforms. But PC has all of them. They even have the one that came up before Siberia 1. I don't remember what it was called. It was like a I don't remember what it was. I never played it. But everything's on PC if you want to play through everything. If you've never played them, go check them out over there. Otherwise, Nintendo Switch is the next best place to go and check out the franchise, because they went ahead and they did like a remaster port for like the trilogy collection over on the Switch. So you can go ahead and take advantage of it over there. Now, they do have, it's tricky when it comes to Xbox and PlayStation, because the Siberia 1 was on like Xbox 360, but they didn't continue it. So if you own an Xbox One or one of the series consoles, it's no longer available digitally. Then you can't buy it. So if you have like an old physical copy, you might be able to play it. You would have to check beforehand to see if it has backwards compatibility, but they took it off the thing. Like, you can still search for it on the marketplace, and it'll just say not available. So it's not there. 2's not on Xbox at all. But they do have 3 on Xbox. And then the newest one that we just showed the trailer of, that one released, Amarazone, thank you. The newest one released back in March on PC, and it's still coming to consoles this year. It just says 2022 for all consoles. So we're still waiting on that one to release for consoles. If you have PC, you can play it right now. Go ahead and you can check all that stuff out. It's a great, graphic novel, point and click kind of adventure game, story narrative. You got puzzles and all that good fun stuff. So go check that stuff out if it's your thing. They're very well done games. And they're just good. They're just good.
It looks like it has some steampunkish element to it with the machines.
Well, they always kind of did. They always did, because the first one, Siberia 1, took place in like the old toy factory where Oscar the automaton came from, and he's been following Kate through the whole franchise. So it's always had that. it's always had that.
Spoiler
the game's
alert.
20 years old, dude. Get out of here. Okay, so
All right.
all right. So yeah, it's definitely go ahead and check them out. Like I said, PC has all of them right now. Nintendo Switch has all of them except for the newest one, which is still coming out sometime this year. And then Xbox and PlayStation only have so a couple. So
that's weird.
So yeah, so PC and Switch in this case is the best place to play this franchise. So go ahead, check it out.
All right, everybody. Another great indie game by the indie queen herself, Coolcat Terri. What a great suggestion. And I'm actually interested in this one. I'm adding it to my wish list right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I've seen it on Xbox discounted so many times, but I let it pass.
Shout out to Princess Zelda. Hey, hope your movies are going well. Thank you so much for stopping by. With all of that being said, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here, and we're going to go ahead and do our outros. Thank you so much for stopping by. Scrubners, tell the world where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at ScrubNurse3. Also, you can find me on the Xbox. We might could play some games together. That's Scrub Space Nurse. Not the word space, but Scrub Space Nurse. And then I'll probably be getting back on doing some streaming every now and then. I'll have to see on Twitch that Scrub _nurse. Also check out Game Beyond the Box on Wednesday nights. Go check out the crew. I'm just glad to have some fun with you guys every Sunday. Thanks for coming out. If I just say, could you please share out? Because I know a lot of people have been going saying, hey, I don't get any notifications anymore. And that's because Good Morning Xbox is on a different channel right now. So if you could please share it out so people know, and they can subscribe so they'll know where to get the notification so they won't miss a show. So thank y'all for being out. I appreciate it.
All right. And of course, Scrub, have a good day at work, buddy. We'll see you later.
All right. Y'all take it easy.
Let's go to our special guest, Crazy Lui Gaming. Crazy Lui, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you coming in and saving the show. I always call it seeing the show. Right? But yeah, fighting through that cold and being such a
Yeah,
trooper,
man.
go ahead and let the world know where they can find you, but stay a good 6 feet away from you, seeing as you're sick.
Oh man.
Oh man. Well, y'all can find me at Twitter at Crazy Lui Gaming. That's where I basically do a lot of crazy stuff, crazy videos, dance, do a couple things, model. I do all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I love doing all those funny videos on Twitter and having people always enjoy them and have fun. So yeah, follow me at Crazy Lui Gaming at Twitter. Also, you guys can find me on Tuesday for the Latin community en Gaming Lobby en el channel called Cerebral Gaming. So, señores, si ustedes son latinos, por favor pasen por ahí por el programa que yo y Cerebral toda la semana en el canal de Cerebral Gaming, llamado Gaming Lobby el programa. Nosotros la pasamos hablando de noticias del mundo gaming, así que pasen por allá. And also, guys, you all can find me at Crazy Lui Gaming every Wednesday, Xbox International with my brother, oh man, my brother Silent Cypher.
Whoa.
It's the code.
Red flag. That's a red flag.
Sorry guys, the code. Mr. Silent Cypher, Mr. Salvo with me each and every single week doing the news, guys, doing the news at 7 p.m. Also in Gaming Lobby 7 p.m. Sorry guys, the code is catching up to me. Sorry about that.
All right. And thank you so much again, Crazy Louie. We appreciate you. Let's go with Shaddai. Shaddai, tell the world where they can find you.
Yeah, people can find me on Twitter, Eternal Shaddai. Same for Xbox console, Eternal Shaddai. I'll be streaming here and there on Twitch at my channel called Heavenly Phil Entertainment. So on Twitch, I be streaming a lot of things. Just having fun. Not too long ago, I did Tales of Arise, almost 3 hours. That game is awesome. Axel, please play it. Stop it. Elden Ring can wait.
Man, I'm addicted like cocaine.
you can wait, or like I said before, Coolcat Terri, Tales of Arise. We're in summer. We're not doing snow run anymore. So no, but I hope everybody have a great day until next weekend.
Oh dear Lord, I accidentally closed the show.
Yeah, I saw that. It's okay.
Oh man,
yeah, that cold is really hitting you.
Yeah, it's hitting me hard.
Coolcat Terri, go to let the world know where they can find you and where they can hear some of your hottest takes.
Oh my goodness. All right, you guys, you can go ahead and you can check me out on Twitter at Coolcat_Terri. Otherwise, you can catch me on Twitch Monday through Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's just Coolcat Terri, like you see it on the screen, as well as my Instagram, YouTube, that stuff. I have my own podcast called Just a Glimpse, which is also on YouTube, as well as on Spotify, Apple, Google, all the places. So go ahead and check that out. And yeah, some of my hottest takes will definitely be on there. I definitely have some pretty good rants when it comes to some of the big movies that came out over the past summer. So go check that stuff out if you want to get a good laugh out of it. And yeah, and then just Google me, man. Like literally, you can Google Coolcat Terri and it pops up my stuff.
Search engine optimization in the world. Huh? Awesome. And of course, me, guys, I'm Axel1324. You can find me here on my YouTube channel and on Twitch, Axel1324 Gaming. Just add gaming to the name, no spaces. And also, you can find me on Xbox and on Twitter, Axel1324. I am the host of the Iconic Video Games Podcast. Obviously, I'm taking over Good Morning Xbox. And I'm also doing a Halo TV series review with Lethal Terminus. Later today, we have a special double episode, seeing as we missed last week due to Mother's Day. So yeah, be sure to stop by and take a listen later on today, guys, and hear our takes from Halo guys, what we think about the blasphemy that is the Halo TV
Stop using
series.
my word. That's mine.
No, sorry. The atrocity that is the TV series.
Patent pending.
Patent pending. Yeah, hey, you know what? If Paris Hilton can copyright the words "that's hot," you can copyright blasphemy, Eternal Shaddai. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, guys, thank you so much, everybody. As always, the chat. You could have been doing anything else, but you chose to spend the day with us, the morning especially, and we appreciate you. And that's why you guys, the chat, are always the MVP of any of my programs. We appreciate you, and I love how much you guys engage with us, and I hope that we engage enough with you in return. We will catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.